YouTube, just going to do a quick review of an AK-47's drum. I've had this particular one for a while. It's the Korean version, and if you see my video, you see me take it to the range shooting it. I only had about 60 rounds in it. This particular one, the Korean versions, and maybe others, they call a clamshell. And what happens is you load it through the back, through those little fingers in there. I recommend this one particular over the Russian, Chinese, and the older Romanians. What they do, they've got a little lever. Let's see. Right here in the front, you just press it down and you load it through the top here. This one, and what you do is, when you load these things, now be careful, the springs in this thing, you got to curl it all the way around, and it is a pain in the ass to do that. Once you get, there's a stopper right here for the last round that pushes. There's channels inside these drums, and it's just like decks on a ship or a building. These grooves right here, these are channels for your ammo. And then what you do is you spin this all the way around. Spin, spin, spin until it won't spin anymore. Then what you do, you take about 5 rounds. You load it like at the top. That would be 1. In the groove right here would be 2, 3, 4, so on. And then you just let the tension spin it around. I mean, you gotta grab hold of it before, I mean, it will just fly everywhere until it comes here to the top. And then what you can do is, this is where it gets easy. Oh, the Korean version's the clamshell. I do recommend these over the loaders because you cannot store the ones that has the lever on them. The Chinese, the Romanians, the Russians. Because what happens if you leave these loaded for an extended amount of time, you get spring fatigue, and basically your drum's worthless. These, if you want to store them fully loaded, there's a button right here. You press that button, you push it down. Now I would recommend you take something, maybe a pencil or something metal to press that down with, because what happens, this little wing nut right here, that little thing will come up and bite you, and if it does, it don't feel too good. So as far as loading wise, it's pretty easy. Just, you can throw it anywhere as long as your spring is pressed out. You can load it. Just be sure to get it in the grooves. The channels, or your top will not close. I recommend checking out, if you're interested in getting the surplus stuff, check out Midway. I checked on it just a couple of days ago. They were going for $89. I do not recommend getting the Pro Mags. Anything plastic, I have seen them broke. They break too easy. The springs are not durable in them. But I do like these Korean versions just because if you want to put them in your safe, put them up. All you got to do is just take the tension out of the spring and you're good to go. It's just, they've just been a little, when all this stuff was going on with the ammo, the mags, the band, you know, you couldn't find them, and if they were for sale, you were it's about giving your firstborn to them. Now these do come in a 100 round capacity, and those are hard to find. You can get them at Gun Broker, but you will pay for them. They're anywhere between 150 to 200 up. And if you get on Gun Broker, you can find some pre-banned older stuff. I guess that's more for the collectibles. I never bothered with them, just for the fact I do collect some guns, but more or less if I have a gun, I'm going to take it to the range. See, it's going in not too bad. It does take a little bit more time to load versus the front button. Almost done, guys. And sometimes these little bits can be a pain in the ass. But these drums are very nice to go to the range with, and some of you survivalist preppers, some of you guys like these. I like them. I like to have fun with them. Just be sure to check your rounds. Sometimes they do get a little jimmied in. Alright. There you go, guys. That's what she looks like. Now, you guys were talking about, some of you guys are out in the woods doing whatever, and here's the problem. They're very audible versus a normal stack magazine. These things, I mean, they rattle like a rattle trap. Now, letting the spring go, the tension. Good old ibuprofen bottle. That's it. That's all there is to it. You know, you can store it, put it away. Normal spring tension. When you want to get done, there's a little lever back here. You crank and crank and crank, just like a watch, just like a Timex, until the button stops. Can't crank anymore. Now be careful. Don't over tighten it. Just crank it a little bit until it won't physically turn anymore. Then that's it. Alright guys, just leave a comment, subscribe. Have a good day.